What's up, brothers? Hope everyone's doing well out there. I was just sitting here watching a little bit of TV, and I felt like pausing, taking a break from the television, and if you don't mind, I'd like to turn the camera on and shoot the shit with you guys for a little while. So if you got a few minutes and you don't have anything else going on, pull up a chair, open up your laptop, put on your headphones, whatever it is you do, go take a walk, and you're more than welcome to hang out and shoot the shit for a few minutes. And what I want to talk about in tonight's video is the philosophy of LooksMaxing and why I think guys that are focused on LooksMaxing get it wrong. Now, if you're a LooksMaxer, I know you're going to be quick to say, screw this guy, I'm done watching, but just listen to me for a second. There's nothing wrong with improving the way you look. Okay, there's nothing wrong with trying to look your best. Dressing nice, having a good haircut, etc. But LooksMaxers have the wrong idea. What you should be focused on is health maxing. And I say this as a guy that, well, let me put it like this. Long before I ever knew anything about any manosphere, any black pill, red pill, anything like that, I was a gym bro. You know, I was a dude. I was a personal trainer for a while when I was in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. I was around gym people all the time. You know, drinking our pre-workout, our creatine, our protein powder, hitting the weights, eating our clean foods, lean meats, lean vegetables, no processed crap. And guess what? Every single guy I knew, tall ones, short ones, ugly ones, rich ones, poor ones, handsome ones, every single guy I knew did well with women. Now, don't get me wrong, every relationship is going to have its problems. But relationships are a little bit different. They're more complex. What I'm talking about is, you know, the normal shit, right? Like getting dates, getting laid if they want to get laid, getting matches on Tinder, being able to text women and invite them over to your place and they show up. You know, the basic shit like that, right? That's what most guys are actually looking for, and that's why they're LooksMaxing. They want to be able to accomplish that basic, you know, human interaction. They want women to view them as somebody that they can be aroused by, somebody they're attracted to. And that's what LooksMaxers are all about. But I know this is long-winded, but I'm about to get to it. Just listen. This is going to be a little bit of a gem of wisdom if you don't know this stuff. But the reason why I say you should health max, and the reason why none of my gym friends ever had problems, you know, there was no such thing as inkwells or anything like that. I'd never heard of that. But our bodies tell us a lot about who we are. And they tell us a lot about the decisions we're making. For example, if somebody has been using illegal substances to get a good buzz, or maybe legal substances, maybe alcohol, something like that, or maybe cigarettes, they start to get sunken in eyes, you know, bags under their eyes, pale, they look sweaty, they look sick. And you can tell that they've been putting something in their body that their body is rejecting. They look physically unattractive because of it. And before I get into the next part, I want to say that every living organism, human beings, animals, whatever, lions, tigers, bears, we are all hardwired to seek out mates that are healthy. Okay, we're hardwired to seek out mates that exude healthy, strong genetics. Not just strong genetics like they're big and strong and handsome, but healthy genetics. When you look at somebody's face and they look like they are healthy, they look like they are resilient. They look like they have a strong immune system. Subconsciously, you're going to be attracted to that person. It's just the way it is. So anyways, let's keep going on with this. So, like a hair transplant or a nose job or reconstructive jaw surgery or something like that might make you look better, but it's not actually helping you exude a healthier look. You understand? So anyways, back to our bodies and what they say about us. Something I noticed when I was a personal trainer and from my 20 years being actively involved in fitness is that when we hit around 12% body fat, our bodies, and this is almost all of us, some people are lucky and they get it in other areas, but 90% of us start to store fat in our neck right under our chin, which really screws with the way our faces look. It really gives you like a round, beta-looking face, right? Unattractive, chipmunk-looking face. And the other place that we store it at is our midsection, our belly. So our necks and our bellies are the place that we store fat. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to be physically attractive when you have a fat neck and a fat belly? Very difficult. And once you hit around 12% body fat, it starts to accumulate in those areas. And it might just be a very small amount at 12%, very small amount. And you might still look good at 12%. But once you get to 13, 14, 15, you look like an entirely different person than you would look like at 10%. Right? That's just a fact. And that's just the body fat thing. Let me put it like this. There's something that we learned in bodybuilding, and that is that you can just by getting lean, right, getting ripped. Let me put it like this. If I were 220 pounds bulking up, but I wasn't lean, I'm lean enough to see my muscles and barely see my abs or whatever. Like if I'm flexing in good lighting, I'll look okay. But if I lose about 10 pounds of body fat and I'm 10 pounds lighter, well, now I'm going to go up there and I'm going to look way bigger because my bone structure is showing, my striations are showing, my muscle bellies are showing, and it's this illusion that I'm like a Terminator-looking specimen, like a big, huge Terminator-looking specimen. Whereas if I put on 10 pounds of fat, the illusion would be like, I'm just average looking. It's strange, but this is something that bodybuilders do. And when you get leaner, even when you lose weight, you look stronger and bigger. It's strange, but it goes beyond just, how do I put this? It goes beyond just the muscle and the structure that comes out when you're lean. There's more to it. I know, as somebody that meal preps regularly and eats clean regularly, like literally my diet is like, in the morning I might have some eggs and like a banana and some almonds. And then for lunch I might have chicken breast and a vegetable. For dinner I might have fish or like 93% lean ground beef or whatever I'm in the mood for. It's going to be a meat and a vegetable, I know that. It's going to be clean, and then maybe later on when I get home, I might maybe scramble some eggs and maybe have a glass of milk, eat a kiwi or something to get some vitamins or whatnot. But that's basically my diet, right? It's clean food, it's whole foods, it's real food. I get all the nutrients I need, and I get all the protein. I can put on muscle. I can bulk, I can cut just by eating clean. Well, when I go on a streak of eating clean, my skin gets so clear. Like my skin looks strong and healthy, and it's like it's glowing, it's exuberant. It's nice to look at. It exudes good genetics. It looks healthy. It just looks, it's eye candy. You look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, wow, I look good. And then when I decide, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to drink, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger, I'm going to eat pizza, I'm going to let loose, eat donuts. The next day, my skin is clogged up and greasy. It doesn't look good. It's like, it's a mixture of dry but greasy. So it's like nasty grease but still dry. Like it's just, it makes no sense. Right? But that's what our body says about us and about our decisions. When you're eating that way, your body is rejecting it. It says, this is bad for my skin. This is bad for your heart. You've got bags under your eyes. It's screwing with your blood pressure. It's messing with your sleep cycles. And you don't realize that it's doing that, but it's screwing you up in all these ways. So when you eat healthy and you exercise and you maintain a low body fat percentage, all of a sudden your skin looks good. You know, you look healthy. Your eyes look good. Your hair looks good. Your nails look good. Your brain is working better and more efficiently than it would if you were, filling it full of junk and not getting the blood flow through your body and, the exercise, the circulation. Here's the big reason, I guess, why I wanted to make this video, and it's because it's impossible to health max, or it's impossible to not LooksMax when you're health maxing. But it's very possible to not health max when you're looks maxing. For example, if you get lipo and you get like Botox, that's not doing anything to help your situation. Like it's a temporary fix, so you might look better for like a short term, but you're not actually improving yourself. You understand? It's just a cosmetic improvement that's not even going to last. But when you health max, that's real. Like it legitimately, it's your body saying, yes, this is what I want. You're full of nutrients. You're healthy. Your heart is healthy. It's going to show. It's going to show through your pores. People are going to look at you and see a healthy specimen. Women are going to look at you and say, you know what? Something about this guy. There's some glow. There's something charming about him. He has a very positive aura, a healthy aura. This would be a good person to shack up with, a good person to spend time with. It's a halo effect. This person has a good head on their shoulders. And I know there's a lot of naysayers out there. There's a lot of guys that are doom and gloom. And they'll say, you know what? None of that stuff will work if you're not a Chad. And if that's what you want to go with, like if that's your mindset and that's where you're stuck at, you're not willing to exceed beyond that, I'm not going to try to even convince you to exceed beyond that. I don't really care. I'm sharing my experience. And it's the experience I see with the people around me, experience I have myself, and the experience that a lot of people that I'm meeting and speaking to, even guys on the internet. There's so many guys that, they've got their health on track. They said, you know what, you're right. I'm not sleeping 8 hours a night. I'm not eating totally clean. nothing but real whole foods. I'm not exercising the way I should. And because of that, I look and feel like shit. But then they get their shit together, they get their act together, and it changes for them. So I know a lot of guys are hyper focused on these really surface level LooksMaxing things. Like, don't get me wrong, there can be benefits in like mewing. You should be breathing out of your nose. That's good for you. But, you know, things like really worried about like their nose. Is their nose too big, or is it the wrong shape, or their, you know, their ears, or their fucking orbital vectors, or their fucking cheekbones, or whatever, like how broad their shoulders are. I don't think you should worry so much about all of that. You know, you're going to end up with a complex, and you're going to do weird shit, like you're going to get plastic surgeries and stuff. And generally, when people look at people that do shit like that, they don't view you, even if you look better, they don't view you as looking better. They view you as somebody with like insecurity complexes. And that's not what you want to do. I just think it's a much better idea to really just put the work into being healthy. And being healthy is a very simple process. Meat, vegetables. You can even be a vegetarian. Or you can even be a carnivore. But eating real foods, not processed junk foods, working out regularly, sleeping properly. I like a well-balanced diet. I got to have meat, vegetables, a little bit of olive oil that I'll cook with. That really actually helps out a lot. It's good for your skin. And I just see a lot of, like, I just feel better when I'm having olive oil in my diet. But, you know, I mean, that's, I guess, all I have to say about that. I don't think you should prioritize the way you look so much. Like, I could show up with a really stupid-looking outfit and a bad haircut, but when people look at me and they see, okay, yeah, this guy definitely works out, he definitely eats right, he's definitely got his shit together, even though he's wearing a crappy outfit and needs a haircut, right? They're going to overlook the looks-maxing stuff, but they cannot overlook the health-maxing stuff. And that's a fact, Jack. But I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off. And I hope this talk was somewhat informative. And that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time. See ya.